Okay, so first thing we're going to do in this assignment is we are going to find a TikToker. So I'm going to Google TikTok content creators and wiki to get the Wikipedia page to come up. Now, we don't just want the TikToker, we want their username. So if you try and type in somebody's actual name, it's not going to work for you. So this isn't the one that I want. I want content creators, which is this one here, most followed TikTok accounts. So I'm going to be choosing this first guy. I think he's hilarious. So I'm going to copy his username. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to Google Socialblade, which is a website that gets a whole heap of data about different Facebook, websites and whatnot. Now, if this is the problem that you get, it's because you're on the school network. It will work. You just need to sometimes give it a couple of times. So let's just make sure that my Wi-Fi, so I'm connected to the school network. It hates me. Connect to a different network. There we go. And now we're going to try again. So hotspot yourself if you're in class. Otherwise, do that part from home. Let's make sure that my hotspot is turned on. Okay, now I'm discoverable. Connect. Okay, perfect. Now let's Google Socialblade again. Okay, perfect. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change this to TikTok because we want TikTok statistics. Then I'm going to paste by pressing Control V. So I'm going to paste his name in there and press Enter. Okay, and now I'll get all the statistics for his website. So I want to scroll down, and the website that we're going to be, or the statistics that we're using is monthly gained followers. So we're taking 2 years worth of statistics. So I'm going to use this. Now, I wrote it down on a physical piece of paper to start off with. But, live your best life. So I just hover it over, write down that one, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one, so forth up until the end of that time period. Eventually what you'll end up with is a table that looks like this. So I've got the actual month, T starting at 0 because that's our initial amount that we're using, and the gained followers for each of those. So you type out that section, and then I'm going to copy, Control C, this part of the table. Now I'm going to go and open Desmos. So in Desmos, I'm just going to Control V, and that will get all of your data to come and copy across. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to use the settings in Desmos to get this thing to look a little bit nicer in the picture. So I'm going to go to graph settings. I'm going to add a label. Our x-axis is actually our time axis, where time is measured in months. And our y-axis is gained subscribers. Now, it doesn't matter that I've ended up with scientific notation here. We really don't care about that. I am going to adjust my X and Y axis to make it fill more of this screen here because I'm going to be trying to export the image. I want to get the best picture that I can. Exporting the image will get these labels to appear in it as well. So our X axis, I'm going to change that to -2. Yep, and now I've got just this little bit extra on the side here, meaning that I'll have something nice to look at. And we go all the way up to 23, so I'll pick something a little bit further out to make sure it's all included. Now, on my lower part here, I'm going to change that to just, we'll make that a 0. That's looking pretty good. Now, I can tell, because I've already looked, the highest value that I have is this one here, 32,500,000. But I don't need it to be exact. I just am trying to zoom in on that view window to make it as nice as possible. All right, so I'm going to leave it there. All right, so now there we go. Next thing that I'm going to do is export this image. So I'm just going to click this thing up here. Let it load. export image, and I'm going to come over here, right click on it, copy the image. Then I'll go to a Word document and I'm going to paste that image in. Okay, and I'm going to make it pretty big. Now, the reason why we're doing this is we're going to draw manually over the top of this to decide where our functions are going to go. Okay, but if you've got to this point, you've got your picture, you've made it big on the page, your next step is to print out maybe 2 copies of that in black and white, and we're going to draw over the top.